So Warriors of Wrestling is trying to give its fans an early Christmas present with an exclusive interview from the home of Simply the Best, Damian Dragon, regarding my loss of the Heavyweight Championship. Well, it's my house, my rules. Interview man, there is no interview. You're going to stand there, you're going to shut the hell up. Cameraman, you keep it pointed right here. And to you morons watching at home, curl up next to your broken down heaters, hike up a blanket, because Simply the Best, Damian Dragon's going to tell you a Christmas story. It begins December 1st, 2007, Warriors of Wrestling's debut show. Simply the Best's name at the top of the marquee with two other individuals who are a non-factor. All that matters is that I was set not only to become the first Warriors of Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, but I was going to begin a dynasty that was going to last this company's entire history. But that didn't pan out that way thanks to you, huh, wife beaters? And I'll get to you boys in a little bit. But what you did do is you reminded me that after 13 long years in this business, things never change. There's always someone or a group of individuals trying to keep you away from what is yours. So then I came up with the plan. Team Zero. Do you suits at home honestly think it was your idea to bring Ken Scampy to Warriors of Wrestling? No. That was my idea, coupled with the negotiating skills of Foxy. Ken Scampy comes to Warriors of Wrestling. The plan is set in motion. Get my Heavyweight Championship. And for 8 long, grueling months, we went through every obstacle and ousted anyone that dared stand in our way, thus bringing us to the greatest day in professional wrestling history, August 2nd, my birthday. And at the expense of ECW legend Steve Corino, I got my Heavyweight Championship. I set out on a dynasty that now began. Granted, a little late, but it began nonetheless. I go forth for my first title defense against an opponent who punks out, doesn't even show up, and isn't even here anymore. And instead of taking my ball and going home, I give a young upstart with no name, Steve Camacho, a chance to be famous by simply being in the ring with me. And Camacho, you gave me the best you had, but it wasn't good enough, and you went down 1, 2, 3 at my hands. Bringing me to you, voice. You make your name known that night that you're going to be the next man to try to take my championship. 1-year anniversary show, Warriors of Wrestling. And I proved it not only to every wrestler in the back, but every moron that paid a ticket and was sitting in a seat, and to you, voice, that I was simply the best wrestler in that company and throughout the world, because I wiped the mat with you. But not only that, my idiotic friend, I beat your ass within an inch of your life throughout that entire building. But I'm also man enough to admit when I make a mistake. You see, because I'm not going to blame that moronic gingerhead senior referee, Red Young, for banning Team Zero from ringside. Because you know what? I can get the job done by myself. I don't need anybody's help. My mistake was underestimating the ass-kicking you can take, voice. You took advantage of a situation, put me through 2 chairs, and took my Heavyweight Championship. With 2 chairs. You couldn't get the job done on your own. So here we are a couple weeks later. I have been screaming in pain. My doctors call me and they drop the bombshell. Dragon, you have 2 herniated discs and you have to take no less than 3 to 4 months off. But I've said it before, nobody tells me what to do. I call up the offices of Warriors of Wrestling and I says, hey, you got a big debut show coming up in New York in January. Well, I'm going to put you on the map. Simply the Best is invoking his rematch at the New York debut against The Voice. And they come back and tell me, Dragon, doctors won't clear you and you're too much of an insurance liability. We can't allow that. And I tell them the same thing I told the doctors and I've told everyone. You don't tell me what to do. I'm coming in there and I'm taking my shot. And then they get ballsy. They tell me if I show up to the building, not only do I lose my rematch, but I do not get a rematch for the Heavyweight Championship for no less than 1 year. Kudos to you. But I'll tell you what, Team Zero will be in the building. That puts everybody else in a very uncomfortable situation. So now that brings me to you, Jason Kross of the Wifebeaters. This gives you your shining break to cash in on the lottery against The Voice. And I hope you make good on it. But you know what, Voice? It doesn't take you off the hook, because when I come back in 3 to 4 months, I'm coming back to kick your ass. But Kross, this puts you in an unenviable situation, my young friend, because it puts you and the Wifebeaters in a game that you are not ready to play. Because regardless of what you told me when I won the championship back in August, I never forgot how you cost me the shot at my belt back in December. So good luck. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, best wishes on your New York debut without Simply the Best. Because when I'm back in 3 to 4 months, and I will be back, Team Zero, Simply the Best, unleash a whole new game. And your problem is, only I know the rules. Now get out of my house.